Good morning, guys. I hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday morning. The weather is, as always, sunny. Feels weird saying that, doesn't it, in the UK? But it is always sunny at the moment. And it's been a really, really nice summer. How you doing, guys? We are literally 11, 12 days away from the Premier League kicking off. And Tottenham Hotspur are, as always, scrabbling around at the end of the window, trying to find players to bring in. We will see what happens. I'm still reasonably calm, but I am just starting to ever so slightly lose my mind because we have so much to do. It's been a great window. It's been a fantastic window, but we have still so much to do. Let's hope we get it done. It's another day, and we will see what happens today. It feels like the days are ticking away at the moment, and nothing is really happening. But hopefully soon, guys. Things will happen. Um, Guys, Mickey van der Ven has signed a new contract at Tottenham Hotspur. He will be here until 2032. I think making him one of the highest paid players at the club. I think I've read that his contract is worth 75 million. So not a bad day's work for Mickey van der Ven signing a new contract at Spurs, but it is great news, isn't it, for Tottenham fans? It is really good news because Mickey van der Ven, there's no doubt, has been probably our standout player over the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm really happy he's staying. Worst case scenario, we can put a big price tag on his head if a bigger club comes in. Of course, there is no bigger club than Tottenham Hotspur. We're the biggest around. Um, so yeah, there you go, guys. Do me a favor as you come in, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't. Really would appreciate it. Let's try and get up to 50 plus likes as soon as possible. And let's read what is said about Mickey van der Ven because I love this. Listen, you know me, guys. I'm a sucker for words. I am a sucker for words. And what Mickey van der Ven said touched my heart a little bit. This is what he said. And it says, Mickey van der Ven says, it's a special moment to sign a new deal and a proud moment for me and my family. I've always loved Spurs. Get in. From the first day I stepped in here, I love the club. I love the fans. I have developed here really well. It's clear the direction the club wants to go in, and I want to be part of it. I'm excited about what's to come. De Zerbi said Mickey is one of the best centre backs in Europe and an important player for us. He has the qualities, mentality, and ambition that we want at Tottenham Hotspur, and I'm very happy that he's decided to continue his journey with the club. I won't bore you with the rest, but for me, Mickey van der Ven coming out and saying, I love this club. The moment I step foot in it, just he's got me. He's got me. Like I say, I am a sucker for words. But guys, let me know how you feel about Mickey van der Ven signing a new contract. It's something we've got to celebrate, right? There's not been too much to shout about over the last couple of seasons and over the last month or so when the transfer window has gone dry as far as bringing players in. And then before I come to the chat, the third kit has been released today. Guys, what do we make of it? Chanali sporting that new kit now. For me, it looks very 90s. It looks like a very 90s kit with the collar. And I have to say, it is slowly growing on me, though I don't like the pinstripes at all. Well, they're a bit thicker than pinstripes, aren't they? Don't like the stripes. If it was just plain purple, I'd be down for it. But the stripes are a little bit of an eyesore for me, guys. Let me know what you think of the new kit. Let's get into the chat. It is all about you guys. 32 of you in there so far. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't. The Stoic, the first one in. And he says regarding Mickey van der Ven, smart move by Spurs, tied up now till 2031. We can demand a much higher fee. Should Liverpool or anyone else come calling? Absolutely. I read it was 2032, but it might well be 2031. It is what it is, but big up to the Stoic. Pete Chambers is in, said, morning, guys, mate. Hope you're all well. VDV signs a new contract. We've been hit there under Wenger. It's like a new signing, where that's how it will be played out. Yeah, possibly. Big up, Pete. Possibly. But listen, we got to celebrate re-signing our new players, re-signing our current players, especially when they're the best players we got, right? So for me, it's a good thing. Also had Madison come out yesterday, quite bullish, saying I've never been injured. I'm not injured. There's not a reoccurrence. I'm fit and I'm ready to go. What I would say to that is, Madison, if you're that fit, get on the pitch, mate. We've not seen you all pre-season. So clearly, clearly there's something going on now. But he's denying any injury. But listen, we will see what happens this weekend. I'm expecting Madison to play. But let's see. Pete says a very good morning to Kate as well. Rodney's in, saying good morning to all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Rodney. I hope you're well, mate. And Lee's in as well, saying hello, everyone. Big up to you, Lee, mate. Hope you're well. Get over to Lee Statham TV. Give him a sub, and I hope Stu's good too. Scott Calvert, big up, Scott. Says, morning, Nige. Are you as bored of this transfer window as I am? Listen, it's getting frustrating, mate, isn't it? It's getting frustrating. I'd say that. I do love the transfer window, though. I do love it. And, you know, it gives you extra content every day, which is always nice, though there's very little going on at the moment. Hopefully today will bring better news as far as Spurs are concerned. He also says, sorry, I'm going to say it, Enoch out. Please just sell the club so we can maybe dream of good times again and give us all hope. Yeah, listen, Enoch need to get their finger out their arse, don't they, at the moment? They've gone a bit quiet, but it's one of those, right? If by the end of the window, and I know it's too late for a lot of people, if by the end of the window we get that left winger in, we get that striker in, maybe we get a number 10 in, suddenly this window looks a lot different, right? I agree. We should have had these players in earlier. But I don't know. We will see. We will see what happens over the next week. But a couple of weeks. Lee says, everyone hit the like button and subscribe button. Absolutely, guys. If you've just come in, hit that like button. Really would appreciate it. Rabbit Man says, we need attackers now. It's becoming a joke. It is. It is. I don't know what the hold up is, whether it's we have to wait for other clubs to get replacements. I don't get it. For me, we should have walked away from Savinho weeks ago, because clearly City are messing us around. But are City messing us around, or are Tottenham just being Tottenham? If we wanted him that badly, if he was our number one choice, surely the money would have been down, the player would be in it. You know, Tottenham didn't mess around with Tonali. They didn't mess around with Fernandes. So if Savinho is your target, get the deal done. Make City an offer that they cannot say no to. I don't get it. I really feel like Spurs are, I don't know what they're doing. I think we will see, but I'm just not sure anymore. Logan says, morning, nice, mate, and big up to the chat. Everyone remember to stay safe and hydrated out there. It's going to be a warm one. It is indeed. It's a beautiful morning here in the West Country. And Logan says, Andrew, my bad, mate. Did not mean to remove your message. I didn't realise you did, to be honest, but there you go. Cookie's in, saying morning, nice, morning to you, Cookie. I hope you're well, mate. Have you got a show today at 9:30? Because I've looked for the redirect and I couldn't see anything set up, mate. So I haven't put a redirect on because I couldn't find you. Logan says, Jesus, even what even happened there? Absolutely. Cookie saying good morning to the chat. So, guys, what are we saying? What are we saying? Are we going to get these players in? Are we happy about Mickey van der Ven signing a new contract? Does this mean maybe he may be captain next season? I don't know. Maybe vice captain. Still hearing a lot of rumours that Madison is going to be the captain. But listen, if Madison can't get on the pitch, how can he be captain of the team? I'm not quite sure. Steve's in. Big up, Steve. Says, good morning, Nige. Great news about VDV signing the contract. James Madison isn't injured. He came out on Instagram and has said it all. It was all bullshit and he's not injured. Yeah, listen, I saw that, mate. But all I would say, if he's not injured, why isn't he playing? You know, there's clearly something wrong. But listen, we will see over the next week or so, won't we? Let's see if Madison starts at the weekend. Just get down the chat a little bit more. Everyone's talking to each other, which is brilliant. Scott Calvert says, smash a like and hit the sub button, people. Yeah, smash that like, hit that sub. Really would appreciate it. Nearly 50 of you in now. So let's have a good morning talking about Tottenham as always, guys. Pete saying, unfortunately, there's literally so little going on in the market. I can't even think of anything rumor related to say. I think it's going to hot up today. I've just got a feeling, Pete, things are going to happen. But let's see. Let's see. The Stoic says contract till 2031 with 1 season negotiable. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So yeah, but listen, it's a great deal for Tottenham. It's a great deal for Tottenham. The Sheriff says, morning, Nige, from a warm Bath. Morning to you, mate. You are literally just down the road. I am in Chippenham after I've done this show. So not far at all. So listen, if you finish early, give me a tinkle and we'll meet for coffee if you're going home that way. Um, Depends what time you finish. Well, I'll be around anyway. Jimmy says, big up, Nige, in the chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well, buddy. F Sanks in, big up F Sanks, says good morning, Nige. Great news with VDV signing a new contract and committing to our club. I think we have to take the small things at the moment, don't we, F Sank? And for me, VDV signing a new contract. This is a player, right, that last season that clearly wasn't happy, right? Whether that's because we were shit and fighting relegation or for whatever reason. I think we all thought there was a good chance he would leave. For whatever reason, probably De Zerbi coming in and a whole ton of money. He had decided to stay at Spurs. And for me, that's fantastic news. You know, he's come out and said what I need to hear as a fan. You know, whether people believe it or not, and different people will believe different things. When a player comes out and says, I've always loved this club, that's enough for me. Madison says it all the time. And listen, I buy into it. And if he says it, I believe it. And let's see him perform on the pitch now. Such good news. VDV signing a new contract. Claire's in. Saying morning, Nige, and lovely chat. Just a quick pop in as off to work. Big up, Claire. Thank you for popping in and have a great day at work. Pete says, hopefully, the town's sheriff. And yeah, I mean, don't be naked in Bath. It wouldn't be a good end. It wouldn't be a good end to you, Sheriff. Jimmy says, I'm now thinking nobody else is coming in this window. Have seen this movie so many times already. Sorry, mate. This is a problem, isn't it, for us Spurs fans? We have seen it so many times. You know, so many false promises being made and then broken. All I would say is I just still can't believe that Tottenham would spend 185 million on two brilliant midfielders and then not address the most important part of the pitch, which is the attacking areas. I cannot believe that's not going to happen. So we will see. We will see. F. Sank says a 2 Mark show. Sheriff. Morning, Sheriff. Are you meeting up with Nige? Isn't he in Trowbridge? I am. I am in Trowbridge, but both working today. So listen, hopefully, depending on what time Sheriff finishes, you know, there's a chance it could be done by the time this show finishes. Who knows? But yeah, let's see. Lee Staples said, big up to Jimmy. Come on, you Spurs, 1882. Big up to you, mate. Says, morning, Nigel, and the chat. Just wish we either sign Savinio now or just cut it off and move on to getting strikers, wingers, and a cam. If they want Prem proven, then go for Mateta and Sarr from Palace. I wouldn't be against that. Come on, you Spurs. I wouldn't be against that at all. I really wouldn't. It's we're at that point now, right? As much as a lot of people want Savinio, I'm at that point. Either he wants to come or he doesn't. You know, either Spurs want him or they don't. If you really want him, put the money down. You know, I don't understand what we're waiting for. And yeah, let's see. Let's see. We will see what happens. But Mateta and Sarr, good shout. Sarr especially, not overly keen on Mateta. I don't know. We will see. Claire says, is it City? Nobody really knows, Nige. Exactly. I'm pretty certain he's in the city somewhere. But F Sank saying good morning to Cookie. Let's just go through the chat. Wolverine is in. Big up Wolverine. Says morning, Nige. Get Osherman in the purple PJ kit. I think there will be a big transfer in before Brentford, but I think they won't play until a home game against Newcastle. Go into the Charlton game. Don't know about the Charlton game. I forgot to mention we've drawn Charlton in the League Cup second round. Good little draw that is for Spurs, home draw, and it'd be nice to see Charlton back at the lane, won't it? You could be right about the signing ready for the home game against Newcastle, but listen, we need players in now, right? And you're absolutely right. If we want Osherman, just go get him. I'm hearing that we want Osherman, but we have to get players out first. And again, let's see what happens. 2 players left yesterday, of course. Yang went to Westerlo on loan. And of course, Solomon completed his move to West Ham. So 2 more wingers have left. We literally have nothing in those forward areas. Not that Solomon or Yang were ever good enough, but now they've gone. We are even shorter on wingers than before. So listen, let's see what happens. Cookie saying yes, we're on at 9:30 as usual. Okay, it's weird that I couldn't see you when I tried to look for you on the thingy bob, on the thingy bob. Benji's in. Big up, mate. It says big up to Pure Coys. Big up to you, buddy. I hope you're well. Guys, if you haven't, get over to Benji at the Tottenham Concept and subscribe to his channel. Really good bloke and speaks well, always speaks well about Tottenham. Vinny bro is in. Vinny bro, big up, mate. It seems to me, just to guess, that the players we are in for are players that the selling club needs to replace with quality. This to me is a positive sign and shows how important these players are. I mean, that's a point, right? That's a point. I just think, can we afford though to wait? My fear is right that we wait and wait and wait, right? And we're waiting for teams to replace, say Gakpo at Liverpool. We're waiting for Liverpool to replace Gakpo, and then whatever the deal for Barcola falls through at the last minute. Suddenly, Gakpo's not up for sale anymore, and we're left like shit a day before the transfer window ends, and we've got nobody. So I just think there has to be a time, right, when we say, okay, we've waited long enough. We need to move on to the next target. But let's see. Cookie has given me 2 jewels, silver star. Thank you very much, mate. I have no idea what these jewels are, but much appreciated, buddy. Sammy's in. Big up, Sammy. Said the bomber was the new 3rd kit. Yeah, I mean they should stick a bomb on it. It's not great, is it? It really isn't. It's not great. But listen, like I say, it's slowly warming on me. But take the stripes off of it, it does look a bit like PJs. If it was just purple, it would be lovely. It really would. And I like the collar. Takes me back to the 90s. Andrew's in, said Madison said your ITK isn't ITK about his injury. Yeah, again, mate, big up to you, Andrew. Like I say, if that's the case, why isn't he playing? He should be on the pitch. And Sheriff, big up to you, Sheriff. 1,000 jewels. What is even that? £1,000 maybe? Goat trophy, get in now. Big up to you, Sheriff, in Bath. I hope you're having a good day and you're not working too hard. F. Sank says, fun fact, I used to live in Trowbridge and then Melksham before moving to London. The West Country represent on the channel. Really, mate? Wow. What part of Trowbridge did you live in? Let me know. Let me know what area you lived in Trowbridge. Born and bred, mate. Lived there for 50 years. Haven't moved out. That's how sad I am. That's how sad I am. Let's go through the chat. F. Sank says, nice. Do you ever see Flav Bateman from the Fighting Cock? He lives in Devizes. He does. I have seen him a couple of times in town, but haven't been brave enough to go up and speak to him. He's always looked busy every time I've seen him, so I've never said hello. But maybe next time I will. And he's a lot taller in person than I thought. Either he's taller or I'm a lot shorter. I think probably maybe the second one as well. But it is what it is. Come on, you Spurs. 1882 says I'd go all out for Osherman, but I'd also go for Makatutsi, as both players would be amazing frontline and offer Forrest, Bentoncourt, Pat Matassar some cash for Morgan Gibbs White. I think they would sell. Listen, I am all up for that. I would love Osherman. Mikatadze, I would love. I think a lot of people are underwhelmed by the thought of Mikatadze coming in, but I really like him as a footballer. I think he's, like I said before, he's very much in the Robbie Keane mode. Just very good. Just a very good footballer. Would love him. Whether Forrest would take Bentoncourt, Papa Matata, I'm not sure, but definitely go in for Morgan Gibbs White 100%. Rodney says, can we win the League Cup? Absolutely, mate. I think we could win a cup this year. I don't see why we shouldn't. Listen, we need to get those forward areas sorted. Before I can talk about any trophies or any league positions, I need to know who's playing in those forward areas. Otherwise, it's a pure guess, right? Because if we don't improve this squad, we could finish anything from 8th to 18th, right? If we do, then who knows? We could challenge for Champions League. That's how important it is getting those forward areas sorted. Steve says, "Morning, Nige. Good morning to you, Steve. I hope you're well, mate. I keep hearing this narrative. Why spend over 200 million and not upgrade the attack? Truth is, we will never win the net spend trophy. Truth is, I can't read. Truth is, will we as ever win the net spend trophy at the end of this window? Quite possibly. I think our net spend is about 101 million at the moment. So with the players going out, you would expect that to come down. And listen, we could spend another 150 million and probably have a net spend of about 80 by the end of it. So listen, it is what it is. We need to go out, spend money for certain. Peter says, F. St. Melcham, I'm Beanaker myself around 2013. Wow, isn't it amazing how so many of you guys are so close or have lived in the same kind of areas as me? Melcham, always in Melcham. Got to drive through it after this, actually. So there you go. Jimmy says, I'm wondering if cash flow is an issue and we need players' sales before we can move forward, and that's not going to be easy. Big up, Jimmy. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a cash situation. I think it's a squad situation. I think we simply need to trim the squad. It's no good. As much as we want to as fans, no good just keep buying players because we've already got too many to register. So we have to get some players out. And I think we got 2 out yesterday. I think we get another one out, a big player out, maybe a Romero. And I think we will see signings come in. Guys, nearly 80 of you in here. Please do me the honor. Please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. If you're new, really would appreciate it. Steve says, gutted about Kane turning down the bumper deal Spurs offered, but totally understand. Finally, a player that wants to win more trophies over money. Very refreshing. Yeah, it's just a pity that it's Spurs. Listen, yeah, big up to Kane if he wants to stay where he is in Germany. That's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. At some point, we have to move on from Kane, right? As much as I would have loved him back, and the thought of him coming back really excited me, is not happening. So we have to move on. Let's go all out now. All out for Osherman and see what happens. Saint Melcham in 2002 for me. Wow. Sheriff saying it ain't my fault. I've double checked and show is AM not PM. Okay, fair dues. Fair dues. Darren says, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely big up to you, Darren. I hope you're well. Pete says, one of the best Weatherspoons in Melcham. Don't know if it was there when you were there, mate. Beautiful building. It is, and it's still there. It's still there. Good old Weatherspoons out for sure, certain. Brilliant breakfast. I love the Weatherspoons breakfast. Absolutely top. Goldie Talk Spurs is in. Say, morning, mate. I hope you're well. Thoughts on the new kit? Yes. It's like I say, it's a grower. It is a grower. I don't like the stripes on it. If it was just purple, and I love the neck, very 90s, but just not sure. I think it's going to be one of those that looks better on the players than it does on the fans, like most kits, right? But I'm not overly keen. But big up to you, Goldie. Guys, if you haven't, get over even to Goldie Talk Spurs. Does great content, and he is growing really quickly. So get over to him and smash a sub for him. Steve says, hopefully the joke that is Romero finally gets sold today. Just shove him out on the plane to Madrid now. Absolutely. Get rid as soon as possible. I think he could be the one that's holding a lot of these deals up. Maybe. We need to get a big player out. Maybe Romero going. This week, we'll get things moving, but we will see. Simon's in. Big up, Simon. Saying morning, nice morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. Sheriff said it had to be. I had 1,000 bonus jewels, whatever they are. Fair point, fair play, mate. I respect you for giving me 1,000. But yeah, I don't know what they are either. I really don't. Wolverine says looks like Romero to Atletico Madrid today or tomorrow. So hopefully that will mean we can start buying again. Do you think Gray will be part of the leadership team? He's been captain 3 times in preseason. That is an interesting question, Wolverine. I think it's a possibility, right? Because he's literally been captain the entirety of preseason, right? He's played every single game pretty much. he has been captain. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting to see who's captain this weekend. If Madison starts, I would expect Madison to be captain. And we expect Madison to start, right? Surely he's got to start. Cookie says, can feel a lot of fans being dissatisfied with the movement in the forward line, but don't worry, we've got loans too. And I believe that is the route we will go down. We might possibly go down the loan route. It is quite possible. It really is. Cheryl saying it bloody better not be a grand behind. Absolutely. Absolutely. God, I've been a bit like Anthony at the moment. Feeling a bit lightheaded, I got to say. Pete says, can we get the likes boosted for Nige and sub if you haven't? Absolutely. And Finn's in. Big up Finn. Said, I don't think VDV would have signed a new contract if he didn't know there wasn't any top strikers or wingers coming in before the end of the window. That's quite possible. That's quite possible. We will see, mate. We will see. Sammy says each jewel is a penny, I believe, Nige. Okay, fair dues. Fair dues. F. Sank says, I lived in Patchcroft Mead in a brand new house I moved into in 2001. Fair play, mate. It's not so new anymore, but Patchcroft Mead is a nicer area of town. Yeah, other side of town I live, but it is very nice. Pete says, I pissed the locals off at the Labour Club night. First fight in... Of course you did, mate. But I don't know. God, you are an absolute nightmare, Pete. Sniper's Dream says, morning, mate. What's happening? I see the transfer for So Campbell 2.0 with Inter is back on. Yeah, listen, we will see. We will see what happens with Romero. Inter, Atletico. One thing's for sure, he's not going to Arsenal, right? And Spence, he's being offered out to different clubs. So I think players will leave this week. And I think once players start leaving, we will get players in, but we're just going to have to be patient and wait for these transfers to go through, as my chat is literally just stopped for the moment. So I will just talk for a bit. But yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We will wait to see who we bring in. I think we're going to make signings this week, maybe later on in the week. I think we'll get somebody in. For me, I would just move on, though. I would move on from Savinho. As much as a lot of fans like him and want him, and I get that, I'm at the point where I kind of just want to see an end to it, either one way or another. See an end to it. Jimmy says, what's happening with Vicario? Very strange goings on at Spurs. He was on the bench, wasn't he, for the last game? That 70-minute match. It is just weird. It is just weird. Why hasn't he gone? Why is Vicario still here? Why is Romero still? I mean, I guess Romero's been away, but Vicario is a weird one. Sarr, let's get rid of these players. Let's get them out the door. Bergvall, for me, clearly isn't good enough. He just clearly isn't good enough. The preseason games I've watched, he does exactly the same things. He runs a lot. He gives the ball away a lot. He's always out of position. For me, I'd just be looking to get rid. But listen, we will see what happens with Bergvall, with Sarr. Apparently, Villa are willing to pay up to 30 million for Sarr. I mean, it's just crazy money for me, but we will see what happens. I do think, though, a couple of transfers and things will look a lot different at Tottenham. We just need to get these players out, right? We just need to get these players out. My chat has just stopped. It's literally just stopped. So I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. We will continue. Like I say, I'm not feeling the best at the moment, but I will carry on. Let's see what else we got going on at the moment. Yeah, guys, if I haven't shown you before, let's look at the new kit again, because that is it. And it's not great, is it? It's really is not great at all, but it is what it is. We will see. We will see what happens, guys. Let me know what you think of the new third kit as we go back into the chat. Sniper's Dream says, I've noticed Vicario at the Hotspur away game, very uninterested in the game on his phone. Not a good look. No, listen, he needs to go, doesn't he? He absolutely needs to go. The sooner we can get rid of him, the better. Jimmy says our preseason fixtures have been awfully put together. I agree. This has been a massive, massive mistake by Tottenham. our preseason fixtures, rubbish. Going all the way out to the other side of the world to play a couple of teams that are just not at the right standard. And then playing Chelsea, fine. But then we come back and we're playing behind closed doors. We're playing behind closed doors again this weekend. I know we have one game in the stadium, but I feel like we just haven't played enough games. I really do. I feel like we haven't played enough games. But listen, we will see what happens going forward. We have 10, 11 days before the season starts. So let's hope we can get things sorted. Pete says both our clubs need to wake up. It's been bloody boring at the moment. That's absolutely. And Scott says at least there's no red on it. Absolutely. It's always nice to see no red on the kit, isn't it? Phil's in, big up Phil. Says so many of who we would regard as starters haven't figured much in pre-season. So Madison playing doesn't worry me. And his statement about his supposed injury was very refreshing. Fair play and big up to you, Phil. Always in my comments. Much appreciated, mate. But listen, for me, I just want some of these players need to play some minutes, right? Or they're not going to be ready for the start of the season. I feel like we're so undercooked going into the new season, and we need to do better. We need to do better for certain guys. I apologize. I'm going to end the show because I am feeling really lightheaded. I'm going to go and get some tablets down me. But thank you for joining me, guys. I will be back later on the week, and no doubt I'll have a video out later. Much appreciated. But yeah, I am gonna just get off now because I'm not feeling the best. Guys, have a great day. Go over to the 2 marks at 9:30. And as always, come on, you Spurs.